Number 2, G. Guts. 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 Number 2, guts. When we talk about guts, we are talking about courage. Courage. Hear me. Nobody can achieve anything great without the virtue of courage. It is not possible to achieve anything big, anything great without courage. It will always take courage for you to do something you have never done before. Many of you are afraid of taking a risk on yourself. Many of you are afraid to take a risk on your dream. Your dream is so valid, but if you never take a risk on that dream, you will never know what is possible for your life. Listen to me. It takes courage to take a risk. It took courage for David to slaughter Goliath. It took courage for David to fight a bear and to fight a lion. On a normal day, it looks like something that cannot be accomplished, but David took a risk and he slaughtered a bear. He took a risk and he slaughtered a lion. He took another risk and he slaughtered Goliath. And his entire life changed because he took a risk on himself and what he is capable of. It was a risk for Ruth to take her bath, dress up, put perfume, and then go and sleep at the feet of a man. What if the man does not like cheap women? What if the man said, this your behavior is not something I like? I don't like women chasing me. It was a risk. But listen to me, you will never achieve anything tangible without courage. Courage is not that you are not afraid, but courage is, in spite of fear, I will move forward because what I want is ahead of me. What I have is not the best of what I can have, and therefore I will take it. I will take courage. I will take it a step further. 4 lepers said to themselves, why sit we here till we die? If we go back into the city, we will die. If we sit here, we will die. We will take a risk on ourselves. We will go forward. They may kill us, but if they don't kill us, they will feed us. And they went ahead and they became millionaires for taking a risk on themselves. Whoever is listening to me tonight, I'm saying to you, there is something you are capable of, but you're afraid. There is something that you can accomplish, but you're afraid. I am not saying that you should discard your fear. I am saying you can still move on in spite of that fear. First class is possible, my dear sister. First class is possible. It's possible for you at 28 to become a millionaire as a lady. It's possible for you to be married at the age of 23. Listen to me, everything you have ever dreamed is possible. That's why your mind embraced it. It was courage that Martin Luther King had. Courage to dream. It was courage that Joseph had to reject Potiphar's wife. Why? Joseph wanted the throne so much that he is willing not to befriend one of the most powerful women in the country. It is courage to sacrifice your appetites today for a better tomorrow. It is courage that processes discipline in our lives. It is courage not to eat your seed. It is courage to give your last meal. It is courage to borrow. You are in debt already. It is courage to borrow so that you can conquer the 2 debts. The widow, the wife of the prophet, that came to Elisha for counseling. She was in debt, but he told her, go and borrow more vessels. Courage. I want you to tell yourself wherever you are that I am courageous. I am courageous. Listen to me, everywhere you see a great work, you will see courage at the back of it. God said to Joshua, be strong and be of good courage. Why? Good success is the product of good courage. You can't succeed without courage. You can't excel without courage. It takes courage for you not to sleep because of what you want to have tomorrow. It takes courage in this generation as a girl to keep yourself pure when every man is trying to taste what he wants to buy. It takes courage. But listen to me, what's ahead of you is better than what is behind you. You need that courage because of where you are going. It is okay to sacrifice yesterday. It is okay to control today because of where you are going tomorrow. Listen to me, if you will do anything great, if your goal is truly great, you will need courage to achieve your goal. You will need courage to achieve your goal. I talked about David. It took courage to conquer Goliath, but he first of all developed courage gradually. Courage, he killed a lion. Courage, he killed a bear. And then courage, he killed Goliath. And from there, courage, he continued to conquer nations after nations. I said it was courage for Ruth to take Naomi's advice, to take her bath, perfume herself, and go to a man's farm and lie down at the feet of a man when he's sleeping. Imagine when the man wakes up and sees a babe at his feet, and the Bible says the man was honorable. Do you know that man can say, what are you doing? Why are you so cheap? Why are you so cheap? But ladies and gentlemen, courage won for her. It was courage that Rahab took 2 spies and put in her house, whereby if they have caught them, they would have killed her and her father's household. It was courage. Why? Because of what she wanted, she took that risk. Courage is taking a risk on yourself. Courage is moving forward towards a better deal in spite of how afraid you are to fail. Listen to me, failure is not the end of this world. Failure is simply feedback. I can go ahead and give you examples of courage. It was courage for me to keep building on winning mindset when severally I had empty halls or terrible, just few people in a room. It was courage. So when we see 400, 500, 600, 700, there was a time there was nobody in the hall. There was a time there was only 6 people in the room. There was a time that there was only 30-something people in the room. But today, Gobe, we filled the hall and many couldn't sit down. Zaria, we filled the hall and many couldn't sit down. Just this Saturday, we are going to fill the place. It takes courage. People lack courage simply because their goals are too small. When you have a small goal, you will not need courage. You will not need courage when you carry a small goal. Let those goals you are setting be big, so that you will need courage. Be courageous. Be courageous. Be courageous. Number 3, G, grind. G-R-I-N-D. When we talk about grind, we are talking about reducing something into smaller bits. Reducing things into pieces. And when we talk about grind, we are talking about your desire for work. Your desire to work, both hard and smart. Why? When we talk grind, it requires some level of hard work and smart work. What I'm saying is that, listen to me, until you work on your goals will not work out. Until you work on yourself, you will not work out. Until you work on your skill, it won't attract any reward. Until you work on your vision, men will not gather around it. Listen to me, it takes work for anything to work. You must work for your life to work. You must work for your vision to work. You must work for your finances to work. The absence of work is a big risk for achievement. Every achievement requires intentional and deliberate activity to be accomplished. To walk means to polish. To walk means to sharpen. To walk means to refine yourself, refine your ability, refine your personality. We are talking about refinement so that the beautiful part of you can come out, so that the glorious part of you can show up. We have been called to show forth praises. Grind. Break that goal into smaller bits and smash them. Break that goals into smaller bits and crush them. You have what it takes. Grind. If your goal is to make 1 million naira in 1 year, let us say Jedida wants to make 1 million naira from her business. Jedida is into production of beautiful, amazing, and tasty peanuts. Let us say Jedida sells peanuts at 5,000 or 500 per bottle. To hit 1 million, Jedida needs to sell how many? 2,000. So if Jedida needs to sell 2,000 to hit 1 million, what is she supposed to do? She is supposed to break it down from 1 year to 1 month. 1 month, she divides it by 12. She divides 2,000 by 12. Then when she comes to 1 month, she divides it by 30. And she tells herself, every day I will push to sell this amount of peanuts. There are days she will sell less. There are days she will sell exact. There are days she will sell more. But if she continues like that, to work hard, to work smart, she will hit her goal eventually. That's what we mean by grind. Breaking your goals into smaller bits so it is easy for you to work on and to achieve. Break that goal. From 10 years, break it to 5. Break it to 1. Break it to months. Nothing is impossible for you if you believe. Number 4, growth. Number 4, growth. Growth. When we talk about growth, we are talking about increase. We are talking about developing. If you want to hit your goal, you must grow. When you grow, it becomes easy to reach your goals. When you refuse to grow, your goals remain difficult to hit. One of the shortest ways to reach your goals is to grow up. One of the simplest ways to hit your goal is to grow up. Growth is the shortest route to your goals. Growth is a system for reaching goals. You need to grow. And when we say you need to grow, we are saying you need to increase from improvements. Growth is increase from improvements. So when we are talking about you growing, we are saying improve yourself. We are saying improve on your attitude. We are saying improve on your appearance. When you improve, you increase. When you improve, you increase. Increase that comes from improvement is what we call growth. And anytime you are growing, something will be changing around your life. When you grow, the size of what you are doing will change. When you grow, the capacity of what you are doing will change. When you grow, the thing you are doing will become stable. The effects of growth is increase in size, increase in capacity, and increase in stability. Sister, you need to grow. to reach that goal. You need to become better. You need to become better to reach a better outcome in your life. Listen to me. Set your heart for improvement. It takes improvement to be excellent, and it takes excellence to attract people to your life. It takes excellence to attract people to your business. It takes excellence to attract people to your vision. You need to improve to be excellent. And when you excel, you become attractive. And when you are attractive, goals find it easily to locate you. Why? Excellence is not a common commodity on the streets. You need to grow mentally. You need to grow spiritually. You need to grow emotionally. You need to grow socially. You need to grow financially. Listen to me. When we talk about mental growth, we are talking about develop your mind. When we are talking about spiritual growth, we are talking about develop and build up your spirit, which is the real you. When we are talking about emotions, we are saying develop your emotion. Become more emotionally intelligent. When we talk about social growth, we are saying develop your relationships. And when we say physical, we are saying develop your body. And when we say financial, develop your skill and your income. Those are the areas that you need to start growing. And listen, growth makes you attractive. Hear me as I go to the last point. To grow old is the product of time. To grow up is the product of wisdom. To grow old is the product of time. To grow up is the product of wisdom. Hear me again. To grow up is not automatic. To grow old is automatic. If you sleep and wake up consistently, you will grow old, but you won't grow sensible. When we say grow up, we are saying you are improving. When we say grow up, we are saying you are developing. I went to speak in a place last year, and a woman came with her son to me, and she showed me this beautiful boy. This boy is over 1 year, but he still crawls like a baby. He still behaves like a 2-month-old baby. He is 1 year and several months, and the woman is worried. Why? She knows that given time, there is some level of development that should have happened to that child, and it is bringing her pain. Hear me. If you do not grow up, you will experience pain. If you do not grow up, you will experience frustration. Growth produces ease in your life. Growth gives you more access in life. Growth is induced, and growth induces things in your life. To grow, there are things you must do. And when you have done them and you grow, there are things growth will do for you. It is your job to grow, and it is growth's job to increase your life. Growth is the shortest route to goals. If you want to hit your goals fast, grow up. If you want to hit your goals fast, develop. And develop those things I said. Develop your mind. Develop your spirit. Develop your body. Develop your relationships. Develop your emotions. Develop your skills. And you will become more attractive in this life. Number 5, grace. I'm talking about unmerited favor. I am talking about divine assistance. I am talking about supernatural help. Listen to me. There are times in your life you will do everything right, yet the answer will be wrong. There are times in your life you will put everything in place and your life will still not be in place. What you need is grace. What I'm saying is never ever be too big to depend on divine help. Never grow to a point where you can call God to help you. Whatsoever you desire, when you pray, Meaning what? One of the system for getting the things you desire is prayer. And the purpose of prayer is so that you can find grace to help you in time of your need. Sister, listen to me. You can have that thing you are dreaming if you can rely on grace. Grace is that there is a supernatural component for achievement. Grace tells us that there is something beyond us that works for our good. Grace. In summary tonight, 5 forces to make it easy for you to hit that goal. I'm challenging you that in the next 3 months, we have just 4 months to the end of the year. September, October, November, December. Use these 4 months and do the impossible in your life. Number 1, to reach goals, you must set it. Number 2, to reach goals, you must have guts. You must have courage. You must take a risk on yourself. 3, you can't reach goals until you walk on yourself. Number 4, you need to grow up to reach up. And number 5, grace. You need to rely on divine assistance and on divine support. I have only one desire, that every one of you grow to a point where everything you are looking for is running after you. Trust me, what you are looking for is looking for you. But he has not found you. Why? Because you are not looking like the person it is looking for. If you grow to become the person, that goal will run into your arm. You are currently in a caterpillar form. You are currently in an ugly shape, but you were designed to be a butterfly. You have beautiful wings and you have beautiful color. Your life is meant to be beautiful. My sister, take a risk on yourself. You are not an afterthought and you are not a careless product. You are the creation of the best thing that has ever been. Ladies, this is your time. I pride myself in saying I raise giants for a living. I have nothing to do with mediocrity and mediocres. I am only out for people who want to stand out in their generation.